Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. Hey, we're on Robillard Flats. I showed this map to you recently in a quick look, and obviously in a quick look, I did about 45 minutes, so 45 minutes on a quick look means that there was a lot to see. So there's a lot I didn't see because I cut it to 45 minutes. One of the things I didn't see was they have horses and you can do stuff with them. I'm still impressed with the great big barns. There's a lot of room for that. I mean, that's huge equipment there. Tell you what, there were horses here and I didn't even see them. And there's water troughs and stuff, so it must be stuff you can do with them. I still haven't figured out what these things are. Silage and chaff. What does that mean? What do you put in here? What do you get out? I'm gonna have to figure that out. Is it feed that you get out of those? Is that like a miniature mixing station? I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Well, anyway, I tell you what, I'm gonna start working here, and oh, we got a seed machine. Cool. We'll start working on that right away. Straw, manure, silage, and compost. This one is seed production: grains, wheat, barley, corn, canola, sunflower, oat, rye, sorghum, triticale, millet, Sudan grass, and hops. Why would I waste my hops on making seeds? Anyway, here's what I'm going to do. I took a quick look at this, which told me a little bit about the map, but there's a whole lot more left to figure out. I don't think it's going to be too complicated because I think it really does look real similar to the ones I've been using. So what I'm going to do is two things. One, I want to tell you that I kept most of the equipment as it is. I'll change it out as we go. And because I don't particularly need some of the trucks. Some of the tractors I won't be needing. Here's what I did do. I bought a couple of big buds. So I've got this big bud to pull this forage wagon, and I bought a new crone harvester here for the chaff and stuff, the forage harvester. I bought another big bud to pull the big plow because, as you noticed, the fields are pretty good size, so I wanted the biggest plow I could get. And I bought a new combine. Actually, I bought a couple of new combines. I traded out the Homer that they had for the Homer that I use for the sugar cane, and I traded out the potato one for the one I usually use, and I traded their combine for this one. I need to get rid of that corn header. This one needs to go into the farm anyway. I don't know if there's anything to harvest yet. Since there's no crops on this one, the first thing I'm going to do is plow it because I do have it set for periodic plowing. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this guy and kind of park him here for a minute. Let's get the plow going. This is field number 1. It's always good to start field number 1, in my opinion. Start closer to the farm, though. Most of the fields are pretty square. I don't think you're going to have any trouble with the fields as far as course plane stuff like that goes. Oh, there's mud. Look at that. Love it. Alright, so let's get this big monster started here. By the way, I did keep the big case that came with the farm. Like I said, I only changed out a few things. I'll be selling and trading as we go. I'm going to wait and see what my needs are. But like I said, the guy gives you so much equipment. You can't complain about that. Alright, let's get started here. Field number 1. Starting location is the southeast. We're going to be going west. I'm going to do, I probably don't need to, but there are trees around, so I'm probably going to do at least one header. One headland, I should say. The right terminology here. Let's create this. And let's save it. Right, there we go. We're ready to do it. Hey, by the way, you probably have figured this out, but I'm back from vacation. And I'm here for a little bit. I'm going to be leaving again sometime before summer's out. But right now I'm settled in. We're waiting for the company that I hired to come and paint the house. Although they don't paint it, it's a stained house. So let's get this guy going. All right, what's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with Big Bud? Why is he doing that? Have I not used this plow with this tractor? Is there something wrong here? We got a problem here. Let me stop this guy. This is not right. What is going on? We might have a problem with this plow and this tractor. Let me grab... Stop that. Let me grab that. I told you I kept most of the equipment. I kept that big case. Let's grab it and run out there and see what it does. This is a vanilla tractor. Find out whether it's that mod or not. It may be the mod and the terrain, the modded terrain, and the modded tractor. Pardon me, I am sipping from a cup of tea once in a while. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is a little off. Change in climate, change in environment. We went from 60-degree weather to 100-degree weather for the week, and a completely different climb. I'm normally at sea level. We were up towards the mountains in Central Oregon. We were in a high mountain desert area, surrounded by forest. So, all right, let's see if this makes a difference. Let's put it back in here. We're gonna check this. We're gonna grab that, and let's see what happens. It's Big Bud. Big Bud's got a problem with this plow. Interesting. That was weird. Well, let's kick. I'm glad I kept the equipment. All right, well, let's get Big Bud out of here. So I can't use that plow with Big Bud. What am I going to do? I like Big Bud. I like Big Bud, and I cannot lie. Now, I do have bigger tractors. For the time being, I'll keep using that one because I already own it till I get a little bit more money. The problem with this is that you start a map with a lot of equipment. Okay, fine and dandy. That's great. The problem is when you sell it to replace it, you only get half the value. So I might have to sell 4 or 5 tractors to be able to buy one of them big buggers that sells for $400,000. And it's just, you know, you can't necessarily replace everything for the same money. So that's why I kind of decided to keep some of this stuff till I've generated some money and then decide, did I kick him up in speed? I didn't. I meant to. Let's do it. Got interrupted by a stupid phone. Alright. Yeah, see, this tractor's not able to pull this thing at full speed. I need a modded one that has a little bit more poop to it. Right, well, while we're doing that, let's see. Let me see. I've got... did I lease that helicopter or did I buy it? I think I leased it. I did. Let me get rid of that. I don't need it for now. If I need one later, I'll buy it. Let's return it. I don't want to have any lease. And let's go back. Let me go into the Bank of Hagestadt there, if I can. Why can't I? What's going on? Do I not have the Bank of Hagestadt in here? I may not have. I may not have put it in. Well, I'll have to do so. But in the meantime, let's see if we've got any crops that we need to take care of. We own Field 1, which we are currently plowing. Let's run over to Field 15. It's kind of out of the way. And check it. See if it needs plowing first before we have to do anything with it. When you start a new map, everything needs plowed in most cases, depending on how the guy played it before he released it, how they were testing it, things like that. For example, this one, okay, there's nothing on it. So, for example, this one, you start off with animals. So, obviously, when they're testing the map, they bought animals and put all the wherewithal to take care of them out. Oh my God, look at the lumps in this one. It's a lumpy field. Let's jump up to 32. So far we don't have any crops on any fields. So, and that's okay. Fresh start. I'm pretty sure that as they were testing this map, they probably, this is a small. I'm gonna do sugarcane on this one because it's small. You get 3 harvests out of it before you have to plow it under. So we're gonna do that, and then I should have kept the helicopter, but oh well. Let me take a look here. Why did I lose the sound? Something's funny here. I've lost my sound. Alright, so I am back, and I lost the game sound. I could hear birds chirping and that background noise, but there were no engine noises or anything like that. Interestingly enough, all I did was go out to the main menu, come back in. I got my sound back, and I also got the Bank of Hagestadt back. So it was in here all along, because I don't know what happened. I did decide to go ahead and buy my helicopter back because I want to go take a look at my other property. Let me get rid of this here so I don't have to mess with course play every time I fly. But I want to go check the other fields out that I own, and they're a ways away. I'm pretty sure they're grass, but you know, I don't know that 100%, so I want to take a look. So you own field number 1, which we're plowing, obviously. To the west, you own field 15. To the south, you own field 31, 32, and 33. But you also own field 37 up in the northeast. And then you also own field 38 in the southeast. And you own 27 in the southwest. I'm thinking they're grass fields, or they may have something to do with... Oh, and by the way, I missed the fact that you own field 4 and 5, which I'm flying over currently, or getting ready to. So you actually own quite a few fields. We got a lot of plowing to do, I'll tell you that. And field 5's a pretty good sized field. Look at that. I'm flying over field 5 right here. Look how big that is. It's pretty good size. Field number 4 is not. So I'll probably plant something like potatoes or sugar beets on that one, since nothing's been planted. Okay, field 37 is a big mountain. Why you own it, I don't know, except for it's probably grass. It's probably all grass. So you got tons of grass. Oh my goodness. Now I'm thinking that one thing you probably can do with this is, if you don't need it for grass, you can probably plow it up, put a field up here. That might be their intent, because, you know, once you gather tons and tons of grass, you don't need it after a while. So that's probably a good thing. Let's go check 38 while we're up here. So that's good to know because 37 is a pretty good sized field. We can get grass out of that, maybe 4 or 5 cuttings, put it in storage until we have like 1,000,000 tons of grass, and then plow it under. Because it's not like you can't replow it, plant more grass again. And I'm thinking if 38 and 27 are also grass, that might get us by as far as our grass needs once we've stockpiled from field 37, if that makes any sense. There's a huge place down there. What the hell kind of crop is that? Looks kind of gray. I'll have to look at that. Alright, so here's 38, and it also appears this it's by a biogas place. Alright, so they're giving you the opportunity to cut grass and use it at the biogas plant. That's pretty smart. That's good thinking there. I like that kind of thinking. Let's do 27 and see if that isn't maybe the same thing or something similar. Look at the size of that field over there. Man, look at all the trees. I'm wondering if you can cut most of these trees. So if you like the forestry, it looks like you've got a lot of stuff to do. Man, this map's pretty good size. I'm doing 100 miles an hour and it seems like I'm standing still. Alright, now let's see which field is ours. 27 is ours. It is an open field. It's a complete open field. So we can do whatever we want with it. We'll have to check out the production and see what we're close by. And see if there's a reason to have this field all by itself over here. I'm going to park this helicopter right here now that we know, and we'll go back to work. So we have absolutely nothing to harvest here. So I'm going to keep plowing. Oh, I forgot I shut the game down to go take care of that mess I had. Let's get this guy started again. Alrighty, he still has his course, so let's get him to drive it. Hopefully he'll catch up where he needs to be. Looks good to me. Yeah, we need a tractor with a beefier engine, I think. This one is not beefy enough to pull this at full speed. Darn it. Well, I don't want to spend the money right now. This is going to work for us. I already spent all the money on the Big Bud. I'm going to have to think about this because the Big Bud, the only reason I got it was to pull this big equipment. And he don't work. He doesn't work. I wonder if I can put some drive control on it and straighten him out. Let me try that. Where is he? Hang on. Let's this guy go. Let's let this guy go. And we'll go get Big Bud. Let's get Big Bud. We're going to put some drivetrain stuff on him and see if that makes a difference. Now, we can still use Big Bud for the seeder, because I use an exercise seeder. And we know it works with him. I've used it on other maps. So let's grab this fella over here. Let's let him get started. Let him get started on his run here. And then let's stop him. Drop that. Get him out of the way. Let's put him over here. So he's already on a place that's been plowed. And let's get Big Bud up here again. Hopefully this will work. I don't know. I don't know what it was going to do, really, to be honest with you. Because I lie to you most of the time. Alright, so for anybody that doesn't know what I mean by that, every time I hear somebody use that phrase, well, to be honest with you, I always think that, well, okay, so you're going to be honest with me now. Does that mean you're lying to me the rest of the time? That's what I think when I hear that phrase. So every time I hear it, that's what I'm thinking. So when I say it, every once in a while, I'll follow it up by what I'm actually thinking about it. So let's grab this and let's do the 4, 5, and 6 here. See if we still have the course. We do not. Let's grab the course and let's see what happens. This might straighten him out. Alright, so far so good. I don't know what the problem is, or our problem was. It still may be there. Let's jump up the speed. Now see, he can do it. Big Bud can do it. Let's get that other tractor off the field and see if this guy's going to work now. There we go. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. I don't know what was causing the problem. I don't know what it was. But we'll let it go and see how he does. Seems to be working okay now. That's a relief off my mind. I didn't buy a new seeder. I kept the seeder that came with this, so I may have to do that. I don't know if I've got enough money. I might. Oh, by the way, we've got to start working on water. What do I mean by that? Well, this map has this automatic water system, but you have to buy it. See, I don't know if it's running yet. It might be. They might have done that, because it has all the valves and stuff. I bet they did. I bet they did. Tech Farm, water fill. Yeah, this one's working. This one's working. But I know there's some that aren't working. Probably on the ones that don't have animals yet, like the breeding farm. So we'll have to work on that. Yes, we will. Let's see what we got in crops. We have a little bit of everything, looks like, here. I'm going to grab... What am I going to grab? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I was going to start mixing some feed up here, but maybe I'll wait. One of the things I want to look for is see if they've got a seed machine here. I don't recall seeing one. And I've got a placeable one that I can put in. Yes, there was. I saw it. Never mind. I saw it right here. I saw it right here, right here, right here. Okay, so this one makes what? What does this one make? The speed boots are screwing me up here. Alright, what is this? Let's take a look. Alright. You put in resources, fertilizer, and you get fertilizer. What the hell does that mean? Processing fertilizer. And it makes fertilizer. Processing fertilizer is empty. What do they mean by that? I think they're thinking that straw, manure, silage, and compost can become fertilizer, so they're calling it processing fertilizer. Alright, okay, that kind of makes sense. This one over here then is just the seed maker. And it looks like it takes everything. So let's go back in here and see what we've got. Some of these crazy different crops. See if we have anything. Right, we've got some hemp. I don't know what the hell to do with it, but we've got some. I think this is oats. I'm keeping that because that might be what we feed the horses. I've never had horses that you could actually do stuff with. And that's it. That's all we got. We've got some onions and some carrots. We'll keep that too for now. Let's see. What are we going to do right away? Well, let's see. Right away, I think we're going to do some wheat. So let's take maybe the wheat and the barley. Wheat and barley. We'll keep the canola because we're going to start making some fuel and some canola oil. Let's take the wheat and barley and use it for seed maybe. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Why not? Let me find my truck. I did not change trucks. So these barns are so cool. They're so big. Have you ever... Uh-oh, what happened? Have you ever been on a map that they put a barn in and you couldn't even get your equipment in it? I have. I've been on a farm that it was the doors were too low or narrow, and you couldn't drive in them. That pretty much must be for show, really. Let me get rid of that. Let me go to... I'm lost. Where am I? There's the silos. A new map, getting used to where everything's at again. So let's grab some of this, because I'm going to be planting wheat right away. Or I could lease a field that has wheat on it, I suppose. You know what? I could be doing that, actually. Let's take a look at map here. All right, fruit types 1 and 2. Oh, there's a lot of fruit. All right, let's look at 1 first and see what we've got. Number 9 is corn. 10 is maybe potatoes or barley. It's hard to say. I think that's potatoes. We could use some potatoes. Number 3 is barley. There's evidently nothing on the 2 big fields, so that's not going to help us any. Sunflower seeds maybe on 35. Let's see here. What is 36? Soybeans on 36. And 8 also, it looks like. We've got sugar beets over here on 11, so that must be potatoes up here on 10. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. Wheat on field 2, maybe. Let's take a look at field 2, wherever that is. By field 1, I would think. No, I'm stuck on a fence. Look out. If you notice, there's not a whole lot of fences around that stick you on. Okay, what is this now? It is not ready. It is growing, and it is wheat. So we're going to have to wait. That's okay. That's okay. We got plenty of stuff to do. No big deal. Let's grab this wheat, get it over and start making some seeds. Now it's debatable. Do I use this for seeds or do I use it for mixing? Because I need wheat and barley to do the mixing here. Maybe that's what I should do rather than waste it on seeds. I can buy seeds for the time being, and we're going to get plenty of fruit when we start harvesting our own crops. Let's use this for mixing. Let me see if I can get this lined up correctly. A little to the left. Put your left foot out. Shake it all about. we do have animals, so I forgot about that, because generally when you start a new map, you have to start fresh with everything. This one has animals, and thank goodness that they fed them before you buy the map. So that's always a good thing. As somebody mentioned to me, because I was playing around on Canada, they reminded me that the animals don't actually die in this game. And because I kept saying, oh, my animals were going to starve. Well, think about it. In your mind, if you came home and your wife and family were in a house and you found out that there's been nothing in the fridge or nothing in the cupboards for 2 or 3 weeks, wouldn't you worry about them starving? So that's all I was doing. You know, whether they really starve or not, I don't know. I'm just saying that on the farm, if I don't have feed for them, oh my God, they're going to starve, because they would in real life. And so whether it actually happens in the game is irrelevant, in my mind anyway. You know what? I shouldn't have done that. I didn't want to use barley. I wanted to use potatoes. Put that back. I'm wasting time. I'm waiting for all the plowing to get done is what I'm doing. There's only a few minutes left in the episode. Otherwise, I'd stop and wait until there's something for me to do. When you start a new farm, there's hardly anything to do right off the bat. Tight corners here. All right, it wasn't barley I wanted. Let's see, it's going to be, how about some soybeans? And then we'll come back and get some potatoes. Get some potatoes. I tell you, recently I got a comment. I actually got it while I was on vacation, so I couldn't answer it. I didn't take, computers with me. I took consoles so I could play games and not be having to worry about recording and stuff. And so I didn't have any way to respond to the comment. I checked it on my tablet and stuff, but anyway, guy made a comment. He said, actually, you're not very interesting, to be honest. That was what he said. And I started laughing because it's funny to me. What happened? I'm in the wrong one. It was funny to me, so I started laughing. And I thought, I know exactly what I'm going to say to this guy when I get home. So when I got home, I jumped on my computer, I went to the comment, and I said, that's exactly what my wife says. Is that you, honey? And that's how I responded, and I thought it was pretty funny. My wife thought it was pretty funny, too. It always amazes me why somebody would even comment like that. What's the point? If I go to a YouTube page and I don't like the person's voice for some reason, or I don't like the content, or okay, so I'm not entertained. You're not able to get my attention. If that happens to me, I'm not compelled to send a comment that, wow, you suck, buddy. What's the point? Just move along to the next YouTube page and enjoy yourself and have a good day. But it just freaks me out when I get comments like that, because I don't understand what compels people to even do it, really. I mean, to me, it'd be a waste of time. Why would I take my time to do it? I'd just move on to the next one. I'm in a hurry. I'm impatient. I haven't got time for that nonsense. Do you think you're being mean or something? I don't know. Superior? Maybe you're superior to somebody else? The comment was all in caps, too. So it's like etiquette in texting and stuff that's yelling. You're screaming at somebody. type all in caps. Whoops, sorry, hit my microphone. Anyway, enough of that. I'm trying to be cheery today because I'm home again. It's always good to be home again when you're off of vacation. In this case, I'm not going to tell you about my vacation because it wasn't the best I've ever had. Circumstances led to us having a tough time. My wife got deathly ill, and we had to cut some things short, and I ended up spending all of my time. Oh, there's grass out here too. Look at that. I hadn't even noticed that, even though I ran through this grass field about half a dozen times. Anyway, my wife got sick, so that meant that I spent a day in clinic with her, and while on vacation, I ended up having to do all the grocery shopping and the cooking and the cleaning and taking care of her and taking the kids to the swimming pool, and occupying their time. And it was just a long week, and lots of driving. I had to drive, hundreds of miles because we had several different destinations, and it just was. I was so tired when I got home. So tired. Still am, actually. Might hear it in my voice. Right, let's go back to Big Bud. It looks like he has finished his job. Close enough for government work anyway. And since this is the first plowing of this field, I'm going to clean it up by cleaning up the corners. I want to make every stitch of this thing plowed because I won't have to plow it again for three harvests. So I want to make sure it's clean. So I'm going to take care of the corners. Now there's the Big Bud we all know and love, able to pull a big plow. I don't know what happened with that. That was weird. It's kind of funny that shortly after that I had to start the game over, though. Maybe there was a glitch in the game. Maybe I can blame it on Giant. Like I blame everything on Microsoft. Is that a sell place for something? Must be maybe manure. I saw a manure thing over there. A poo station. Not a Winnie the Pooh station. We're going to get this one done. We're going to run to the next field, and I may actually carry on with this map and maybe occasionally come back to the Canadian map. I'm getting to the point with the Canadian map. I'm getting a little bit. I've been playing it a lot. I played it a lot. I got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of episodes done on it. And I'm looking to do something new. Maybe once a week I'll come back to Canada just to, carry on with what we're doing there. Oh, this one's done. All right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep playing this one for a while. And that means that I might go ahead and continue the plowing and the seeding and all that stuff in between now and the next episode, so that we've got something to harvest. Let me run down to field 32 with this guy. I don't know if I can get through there or not. Is there a road? Looks like there's a road over here. Maybe I'll get acclimated to being home again and my voice will straighten out. That'd be nice. Yeah, mud hole. I should bring my pigs over here and let them go. Here you go, have fun, big mud hole. I don't know if I have to start here. Let me start over there closer to the farm. Right. Let's do it. We can do this. This is field number 32. So let's run it up to 32. We're going to do starting location of the northwest, the Great Northwest. Great Northwest. We're going to be heading east. So let's do that. I'm going to run this up east. And again, I'm going to do one headland just because there's trees around. We're going to generate this. And then we're going to save it. Alright, get it started. Back this thing up a little bit. And it looks like it's going to fly right, so I don't know what the problem was. If you notice, when you're using Courseplay, you can set all of the four-wheel drive and all that junk with your drive control, but it drops it down to just one setting. The Courseplay doesn't keep all three settings there. It could be the terrain. Did you notice that it just had a problem there? There's a hill there. That might be the problem. There might be just some lumps in that first field that when it initially started, it just didn't flex through. That could be the problem. But we'll play with it. It's okay. It's kind of fun to have fields that have a little bit of bump in them. Yeah, he's having trouble. He's having some trouble here. Dang it. Dang it. I'll take a rope and hang it. What the heck is going on here? Alright, let's see if he'll take off. Well, we'll just run it and see what happens. It might be the terrain, but like I say, I kind of like fields that have a little bit of terrain to them. What do I mean by terrain? The humps and bumps and, you know, the hollows and the hollers and the hills and the dales, that kind of stuff's what I'm talking about. And if you've got a mod that isn't real good at flexing, like this one doesn't appear to be all that great at flexing, then you run into a little problem with the hill because your piece of equipment gets caught on it. But I'm going to let it go. We can always clean it up. I might have to get the smaller plow out here and clean up the mess that this thing's leaving. The other thing about the Big Bud is the tires. It gets hitting the implement. If you have an implement that doesn't have a large or a long tongue on it, when the tractor turns, it gets caught on the wheels. And that happens with the Big Bud, as you can see right here. That's what's happening. The piece of equipment's getting caught on the wheels. Kind of, sort of. Alright, well, where's he going now? Good Lord. Straighten up. Fly right. Alright, folks. I'm going to call it an episode here. Hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like. Share it with a friend. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you back on the farm in the next episode. In the meantime, happy farming.